All right, we're live. We're live with here's the intro, guys. Oh, my stream deck isn't working. We failed the intro. That's a good start.
Ooh, you starting your stream vibrated my reader because it was in my lap.
We're living on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Hey, I'm FTFE. Welcome back to the channel that Rochambeau's stupidity to death. Just before we get going with the inevitable dumpster fire, quick story about Nathan Thompson and his lover Austin Whitsitt. So they were on a tour together in an RV of love. Unfortunately, the RV became poorly and needed some care. This was the time that Nathan showed his true self and abandoned his love RV. Now, the RV has no money and Nathan has no RV. If you want to find out more about that cryptic poem, then go and watch MC Toon's stream from last night or Irish Demon's video about it this morning. Nathan Thompson has screwed over yet another one of his friends. It's glorious. Reds, hello, how you doing?
Doing fan-fucking-tastic. I've been editing for 2 days, but so far so good. How's everything? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I've been editing as well. My video is probably a bit more fun than yours. So.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yes, absolutely.
my video will be released tomorrow, before another debate that I've got tomorrow. So look out for a new episode of Flerfs are Idiots. And then on Saturday, I'm debating Brandon Toy on the channel, and then I'm going on Modern Day Debates to debate someone else. And then Sunday there's a new episode of Stupidity Is Not Right. So fucking busy over here. Brainy, what about you? What you been up to?
Actually, that's not true. I've been
no one
planning
cares.
my next live stream. Fine. No, I've been working on my next video, but now you've got all this ripe content coming out involving RVs and people running off with bags of flat Earth money. So yeah, it's an exciting time, you know. It never ends.
Oh. You didn't know about it until earlier, and you found out about the whole Whitsitt thing quite recently.
Found out about it today.
I know.
A couple hours before we went live.
Yeah, well, it only happened like 12 hours ago. Anyway, Rad, are you there?
I think we're getting a bit of an echo through Rad too.
Rad Vlad, can you hear us? Rad's not quite ready, but I thought, well, Reds thought it'd be a good idea to go live and watch him try and do technology, which is always a good start. Reg, do you want to give some commentary to what's happening here?
Here we see the Rad Vlad in his natural habitat, struggling to figure out how speakers work. We are waiting patiently for him to speak into the mic and acknowledge our existence. It is at this point that I start contemplating the choices that I have made in my life. I have never been very good at making very good decisions, as now is very, very apparent to me. But I am here, wondering, what could I do with my life besides being here? I could be on Pornhub. I could have a wank.
That's the place.
I mean, maybe I'm on Pornhub.
Maybe get
right
something
now,
to eat.
I'm usually there.
I could, give my doggo a nice pet and be like, "You are good, doggo, good boy." But unfortunately, I am here, waiting for Rad Vlad to speak into the mic and acknowledge our existence. So again, I am contemplating my life and all the decisions that led me to this point. May God have mercy on my soul.
Very good, appropriate. Rad, can you hear us? It was working before. What did you do? I mean, I feel like he's forgotten that he's on a call with us or something, and he's just like having a coffee and watching a YouTube video.
I am getting an echo of myself back.
I'm not getting an echo. It's only on your end.
Interesting.
Bloody beaver can't tech. Just like, look at the two idiots down here. Neither of them can do technology. Rad, can you hear us? Hello? Brainy, wave at Rad. Hello, Rad. Oh, I think I may have an email. Can't hear. I can. We figured you can't hear anything. Try recon. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, well done, Rad. There's no echo on the stream. The echo is only on your end, apparently. Well done, Rad. And now it's coming back. Now I'm getting the echo from you.
That's what I'm saying, is I can hear that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Rad.
for fuck's sake. Turn it off and back on again.
That's what I've told him.
Jeez.
He's playing back through. It's coming right through his computer, I think, is what's happening.
That's what I've told him. Refresh.
Oh, did we hear him? Was that right?
Vlad?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
You guys got to figure stuff out, man. You know, got to get it together.
It was all fine on our end, bud. We were just waiting for you to acknowledge our existence.
I have top of the line equipment. You know, it's not my stuff.
NASA doesn't supply your stuff; they supply mine. Rad Vlad, welcome back to the stream. I've gathered the boys because you told me you have a debunk of globe evidence, and Red's wanted to be here to see his entire world shatter before his eyes, and Brainy just comes whenever I whistle. So,
listen, I gotta ask you first though. Are you sending me ass chud as an image through Zoom? Is that coming? Is that the way I'm receiving it? Because it's very low pixel.
Possibly. It looks good on my end.
Okay.
All the problems are on your end, Brainy. Just trust
I
in
don't
that.
believe that. Listen, we all know that you run on pigeon and mouse wire internet. Like the
right.
pigeon send that was it protocol avian protocol that they you can look up on where they determined how fast it would be to send pigeons with thumb drives versus running internet in Northern Ireland or something.
Yeah, Brainy. Yeah, okay. Right, Vlad.
No, it's a thing. You can look it up. It was an experiment. It was a joke, but yeah.
Right, Vlad, are you with us? Are you with us?
What's up?
So.
Yeah, where am I? The sacrifice.
Right, you say that you can. Yeah, we can hear you. It's all good. You say that you can debunk this evidence of the globe.
It's three against one. What am I, the sacrificial lamb here?
Yes, you are. Absolutely, you are what we call the victim.
And drink coffee.
So let's get into the discussion.
Yeah.
This is often presented as evidence that the Earth is a globe, because if the Earth was flat, it would mean the sun would have to physically be below the elevation of the top of that mountain. As we don't bump into the sun when we climb a big hill, that obviously isn't the case. This is only possible because the Earth is curved and rotating away from the sun. Apparently you can debunk that. Go ahead.
Okay, well, you know, I'm all pumped up tonight. I'm ready to give you a good shellacking, so I hope you're ready.
Yep, born ready.
Okay, all right. Now the thing is, here's the thing, Craigie baby. I've seen that picture, and I'm still working on that one. That's a little hard to recreate, but I debunked the other one where you show the clouds lit from beneath, and then you say this proves the sun is beneath the clouds. That's the one that I'm gonna take from you. I'm gonna take it from you, and you won't be able to use it anymore. That's the one I debunked. And I got it on my. Yeah.
It's the same thing causes this. The same thing causes this.
Okay.
If the sun would have to be actually below those clouds, and the only way that can happen is if it's on a rotating sphere rotating away from the sun. So it's the same thing. You know, let's ignore the shadow and look at the fact that the bottom of those clouds are also lit up. So you say you can debunk that?
Yeah.
Go on then.
I have. Okay, so you know what, Craig? I had some technical difficulties. I tried to send you the video, as you know. Wasn't able to. I just made it late last night. Long story short, maybe I can show it from my phone to the camera on the computer, and then you guys can see it. Let's try that.
That's fine.
What do you say?
Yeah, typical Flerf tech. It's cool. We're used to adapting.
Okay. Give me a second. Let me just give me a minute to set it up.
So it went from a second to a minute quite quick there.
Entertain us. maybe Brainy Beaver can do some foolishness while I'm
He is quite
fumbling around with
entertaining.
this
Brainy Beaver, do a dance for us.
Yeah.
Red, do you think that he can debunk that?
I'm going to say no.
He doesn't sound confident, man.
No,
But
no.
believe me, I have been teased with flat Earth proof for 5 years, and I've never been able to finish. So hopefully you can satisfy my lust and desire.
Someone else told me you can never finish. I think it was your girlfriend. I'm not sure.
Stroked. You've been getting stroked for 5 years now. Well, okay. So let me first see. Okay, let me square up with the camera, man. This is real.
All right, right. Let me put you back up at full screen.
What do you expect from a flat earther? So I'm gonna try to poke my microphone because you have to hear me talking. So okay. I'm gonna try to hold it steady right there. This is my video. Oh, I see. I'm seeing it on the big screen. Okay. Oh, let me try to make it darker in the room.
Can someone please tell me what the fuck is going on right now?
We're debating a flat earth for this. I mean, you shouldn't be surprised, Reg. You've been doing this longer than me.
Fuck though.
Okay, this this is gonna be good. I mean, I have so much light on in here. Okay, ladies. It's trying to. Oh man, there's a light on me. All right.
Oh, he's tried sending me the video, Justin Franks.
Okay,
he can't figure out how to attach it to an email.
I was gone for a minute. Are we hunting ghosts? What happens?
Yeah, this is Rad's evidence. I'm just enjoying his attempts to show us the evidence.
This is a drag, man. But I'll get it. Just give me a second, man.
I
I'll
don't know if you will.
When you turn off your camera, it's flickering between your picture and a gray background.
Oh, me.
Okay,
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah, I can.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Hey, Craig, can you give me a full screen?
Yeah, you're full screen.
All right. So I want to try to use that to. Oh man.
Oh, Brainy's just left.
No. I'm right here.
Oh, you turned your camera
I
off.
cut my video for a second. Why did that?
Right
Did
up.
that literally kill the box?
Yeah.
Oh, it moves everything. Okay, I won't do that this time. I'll do it differently. Hold on.
Right. So explain to us what we're seeing here, Rad.
Okay. I'm gonna show you how a lamp. I'm gonna talk you through. Let me just get the video going. Let's just see what happens.
So what we're going to do tonight, we're going to take away something very precious. Craig, fight the flat earth. Fight. The flat earth is going to fight back.
Okay, it's a 2-minute video, so I yap a little bit. You're gonna see what I do, but you know,
Oh God.
there's a lot of reflection going on, man. It's kind of hard to see it, but maybe you guys will see the main part.
It's cool.
I'm gonna do right here. Here we go. I don't know which way to go with my finger, man. It's so confusing. Everything's backwards.
I take something very precious.
Oh
Craig,
God.
Which is
Take your virginity. Wait, no, that's.
He has. He doesn't have it anymore. So it's the cool hand of truth. I will snatch it from him.
You guys there?
Yeah. Carry on. Carry on.
He has videos he likes to use. Where he shows clouds being lit from beneath by the sun. Then he makes a flawless claim that proves that the setting sun has gone lower in the clouds. Well, what I'm showing you right now is a sphere being lit by my house dish lamp from beneath. Even though the dish lamp is above it, it's higher up. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm chilling here on this couch.
Stop giggling.
I'm sorry.
Up as I'm laying there holding this up, and the light, I mean, it's a lot higher than me. Good angle on it. You know, it's way up there. The light is higher than this ball was, yet it was lighting it from beneath. You guys get it?
Yeah.
This is my dish lamp.
There's something wrong with that
Oh,
camera.
I'm sorry to tell you guys, you're gonna have to scrap that fake Glober proof. Scratch it off your list. You can't use it anymore. You know, no, it was very precious to you. And I enjoy taking that away.
Come on, wait for the end. Now we can see it.
And you know, I'll tell you, if this was this solid sphere, styrofoam sphere here I'm holding was like a cloud, like a gas cloud, it would be brilliantly lit up like those clouds in the sunset, actually lit from beneath by a sun that's above it. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Somebody
That's
help.
a deep boom.
Well, Reds, I don't know about you, but I'm now a
fixing my
flat
camera.
earther.
I am slowly losing
That's
the
me.
will to live.
Yeah. Were we horrible people in past lives? Is this our punishment?
Well, we might be horrible people in this life. I don't know if it's far. We're allowed to determine that.
Right, Rad, so let me get this clear. Because you could see the bottom of what you were holding up,
Yeah.
it debunks the clouds being lit from underneath.
Hold on, Craig. I'm gonna explain everything, but who's beige? Why is that beige right there? That's throwing off my thought. Who's beige?
That's Brainy
Well,
Beaver's
that's actually
face.
gray. Is the color there? I think beige is a brownish, isn't it?
That's gray. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Oh my god.
Well,
But I'm gray because I'm fixing something. So don't
Okay,
worry.
okay, all right.
My pretty face will come back again. I
yeah,
promise.
yeah. I like seeing that. So look, hey, can we go back to all four of us talking? We're gonna have a discussion now.
Yeah. Brainy's there. So
I'm
Okay.
here. I'm
I-
not
I-
actually
I
a
will-
gray box,
I-
just
I
like
will
that
most
lawyer wasn't
likely-
actually a cat.
I will most likely not be a part of this conversation. I'm too busy trying to figure out if I'm having a stroke.
I can confirm you're not. That actually just happened. So
Life is a
Rad,
stroke.
the video we
metaphor.
kind of got the gist, but why don't you explain to us how you
Okay.
debunked clouds being lit from
All right.
underneath not
Okay.
being possible on a flat Earth?
All right. So what I'm gonna do, you know, when I move away from the mic, you won't hear me. But I'm gonna go and show you the dish lamp I used, and how high it is. That's the first thing I'm gonna do, is show you how high up the dish lamp is, which represents the sun. I'm gonna get it in the camera eye of this computer I'm working on right now. So give me one. It's just right over here.
It's
You guys see that?
yep, we see it
That
Your
was
brain hurts, does it?
okay.
a little bit.
So that was step one. Step
Yeah.
one.
Cool.
Okay.
So that's the
Step
sun.
one. That's the sun. Oh, maybe I can do it again right now. And then what I did last night in my living room. You know, one of the things, Craig, because one thing.
Yeah, you just
Physics. Oh, can you hear me?
yeah. Try that
Can you
again.
hear me?
Yeah, try that again.
One advantage I have over you guys is that I'm a visual artist, so I know about lighting. So that's you. I can't. You guys got me beat when it comes to the mathematics and triangle physics, but I've got you guys beat in the visual arts department. So I knew that I got. So I got you guys. So now, see, right now you're in my field of expertise. Let me show you what I did. So what I did when I was laying on the couch. Okay, so
The internet
You know,
just
it's hard,
turned to
man.
go, boys.
now it's gone. It's gone beige again. I don't see what I'm doing. Can I get a bitch?
No,
that's
you
all right.
Oh, you've got to pin yourself.
Just carry on explaining. Just carry on explaining.
I see
Well-
what his problem is.
No, okay. You know, it's gonna be hard to do it here. So what I did, you can't really see it here, but what I did is I got the styrofoam ball down just above that light from my point of view. But in reality, I'm only about holding the styrofoam ball, which represents the clouds, about 3.5, 4 feet off the ground. That dish lamp is about 6 feet off the ground. Stand next to it. So, you know, I'm like, I'm short as 6 feet. That's taller than me. So this would represent the cloud, and I was able to get that light to reflect off the bottom of it.
Okay.
Slam dunk.
And what was underneath it?
You know. So what? You know. So you guys, that proof of yours, it was nice while it lasted.
So what was underneath the ball?
Me, I was laying on the. You know what? I'm gonna look at the video. It takes. I have to wait 24 hours.
Yeah, you keep cutting out. Try to talk into the mic, not the floor.
Okay. Oh man. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. That video that I did, that I showed you, you can't see what's happening because of the way I'm trying to show it.
No, we
You
can't.
know, but you'll see more clearly. All I did was I laid on the couch, I raised the ball, which represents the clouds, above my eye level, but not above the dish lamp light, which represents the sun. The styrofoam ball represents the clouds, and I'm the viewer. I represent the viewer.
Right.
So I was able to, you know, even though the light was above the ball, I created a highlight on the bottom of that ball, just like the sun, which is above the clouds, reality. But from your point of view, it appears to be below the clouds, it's further away, and it does light the bottom of the cloud. Just the way the place works, man.
Yeah, cool. So what do you think was happening? Do you think maybe there was some light reflecting off of something underneath it, or?
Just want people to know that I just started a GoFundMe. It's for surgery for my legs because I can't stand this shit anymore.
You know, you guys got some funny jokes, you know, but let's hear some real rebuttal now. I'm not playing right now. You know, I'm coming out like Clubber Lang in Rocky 3, and you guys are like in that first fight when Rocky wasn't being serious. You know, you guys got knocked out. I mean, you guys are making jokes, like I said, but let's hear debunk that.
Well, first of all, let's ask you some questions, Vlad. What do you think was happening? Where do you think the light that you were seeing on the bottom of the ball was coming from?
Well, Craig, I demonstrated. I laid out my presentation.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, and now we need clarifying. We're asking clarifying questions.
Okay.
So where do you think the light on the bottom of the ball was coming from?
From the dish lamp.
Okay, and how was it getting to the bottom of the ball?
Well, no, it just moved through the air, man. Hold on, let me fix the light in here 1 second, Craig.
Oh, goodness me.
Hold on.
You need to just sit down and focus. Reds, I blame you for bringing me into this.
Oh, fuck you. You dragged me into this shit, and now I need surgery for my legs.
You brought me into Flat Earth. Remember? You invited me onto the Dumb Fuck of the Year stream, and I thought, yes, this is what I'm going to do. It was all your fault.
No one could have predicted this.
No. Right, so, yeah, Vlad, how do you think the light from the dish lamp was getting to the bottom of the ball? What was happening?
Well, there's a point of view, you know. So, you know, the way we experience things isn't always the way things are arranged outside of our point of view. So, from my point of view, so let me answer. So from my point of view, the styrofoam ball was above the dish lamp. Therefore, that dish lamp is going to light up the bottom of it directly. If I was painting a picture like that, I would know that even if there's, you know, I would know the way that scene would work with the lighting. Even though the styrofoam ball is lower than the dish lamp in the actual world, from my point of view, the dish lamp was lower than the ball.
So your point of view, right? Okay, so what you're saying is your point of view physically changes the direction of light. Is that correct?
What are you doing?
I'm just trying to clarify your position and your claim here. Are you saying that your point of view, so the position that you are looking at it from, somehow physically changes the position of the light? Because, Rad, someone that really shouldn't have to break out the crayons, a doctor in my Discord, has just sent me this picture to help explain to you what's going on. So let me show you this picture. There we go. So, Rad, so this is what's happening, right? In your world, what you're saying is your point of view makes the light do that. Is that right?
Well, no, that he didn't draw it right.
Oh, is that picture broken? Is the pic, pictures don't work like that?
I mean, it's a nice try, but it's not what's happening.
So where is the, if the Earth is flat, right?
Yeah.
Where would the sun actually be in this drawing in comparison to the clouds?
Let me see if I can draw a picture here. I'm gonna try to draw a picture. Oh, okay. I'm drawing a picture.
I think we've broken Reds.
Okay, I got it. Okay, this is more accurate. That guy you got there.
Yeah, hold your drawing up to the camera. Show us.
That's what's happening, boys and girls.
Well, yeah, but
this is the
okay, but Vlad,
you know what I mean? What the? This
Vlad,
oh
the
my God,
underside
of
the underside of the cloud is being lit up. So at what point does that light change direction and go to the underside of the
Vlad,
clouds?
Let's make it simpler, Vlad. So imagine you're not under the light, right? Because the light to you is way off in the distance. So imagine you now have gone and you put yourself, because eventually the idea would be on a flat Earth that you could move far enough along that the sun would be directly above you again, right? But like, so here's my thing. Eventually there's going to be somebody else standing down path that's directly under the sun. So is the sun above the clouds still to them or below the clouds? Because like, what you got to remember, that cloud layer, if it goes on at the same level forever, like, along the flat Earth, then at what point is the sunlight getting underneath the clouds? That's what you're not thinking. Like, you're thinking of the perspective of the way you look at the sun into the distance, but what you need to think of is, now imagine the person that's in the distance underneath the sun. How did the light get underneath the clouds? Because to them, the sun is now going to be just as high as it is when you look at it above the clouds.
I don't know why they call you Brainy Beaver after what you just said. From that guy's point of view, he's looking at high noon, and the sun is above.
That's exactly what I said.
But there's
exactly
no.
Are you speaking Portuguese?
Dude.
Like,
dude. But from that guy's point of view, he's not seeing any clouds lit from underneath.
But he would be.
Ding, ding! Winner of all of the tokens available to mankind.
He still doesn't get it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, so
right
apparently
there.
I don't get it. Okay. Well, there was my Hail Mary.
Vlad, look at this picture.
Vlad doesn't understand how funny this actually is to the people watching.
Look at this picture.
I got you
Vlad,
there, Beaver.
Vlad, look at this picture.
You repeated exactly what I said to you. Got me.
Hold on. No, Beaver. Your guy who's further down is looking at high noon. The sun is right above you. No problem. There's no clouds being lit from underneath at high noon. That's not what you guys were saying. At sunset.
Well, that's my point. That was the entire point of my entire.
Well, look,
FTFE is literally
listen.
like covering its face here.
Craig, hold on, Craig. Beaver, if I stood next to that light that I demonstrated, right? If I stood next to it, I'd be like the guy standing in the high noon position, and I held the ball up lower as it was here. When it was here, it was lower. If I did the same thing over there, it would just look like a. I wouldn't. That styrofoam ball wouldn't be lit from underneath if I was standing where your supposed guy is standing, down further towards the sun. Okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, Vlad, those were definitely.
You got me. You got me, Vlad.
Those were definitely all words. Those were 100% definitely all words. I don't know if they should have technically been in that order. But yeah, they were all words. Reds, any thoughts?
I'm curious now. I'd like to hear what he has
Wow.
to say.
Yeah.
Just.
It's like, do we even tackle it? That's what you're questioning, right? Like,
Has your entire world, Reds? Has your entire world been shaken to its very core?
Little by little.
Yeah, just not in the way I was expecting it to be. It was that was Mount Everest levels of stupid. That's what that was.
Is that the best you can do? Is that the best you can do? I mean, look, Beaver tried. He swung.
Let me explain.
He didn't just call it stupid.
Let me explain this to you in a way that even a kindergartner can understand it. If the shadow is going directly away from the mountain, that means that the light that is casting it is also directly in front of the mountain. Every single picture that you have drawn would have put the sun above the mountain. So your picture does not match reality. Am I explaining this in a way that's too complicated for you?
Oh, of course you are.
Well, look,
you didn't use enough crayons.
Look, what Reds did was he jumped to the other picture of the shadow coming off that pyramid-looking thing. You know, he avoided.
You mean Mount Rainier, the pyramid-looking thing? You the fucking mountain.
Okay, look. When we started this, when we started the stream, I said I need to put a little more thought on this picture. Okay, just like I did with the clouds in front of me. You know, these things take time. But look, but then when I said that, Craig helped me a lot because him and me secretly work together. He said, no, it's the same thing. If you can see the light from under the cloud, the shadows are also explained. You know, maybe he could help me on that one, man. But like I said, I'm not prepared to deal with that one. I tackle that next time, right on the spot. I mean, I said when I said I'm not going to tackle that one right now. I'm going to tackle how the clouds got lit. That shadow, I can work on that one for next week.
So
next
just
year,
any picture of clouds being lit from underneath, basically, is what you're saying.
Let's go ahead and do this. I am going to once again break out the fucking crayons because that's what I have to do when having discussions like this. All right, share screen.
I mean, look, Reds. I come on the show to debunk one picture, and you jump to the other one. I didn't like this from the beginning. I said I'm not here to mess with the shadow one.
Yeah, okay, but
you went right for that one.
Oh, yeah, sorry, enable.
Deal, you know, you jump into another playing field.
But Vlad, both of them show the same thing, and that is the clouds are lit from underneath. You know, that's all that matters. There you go. You should screen share now.
I'll make a video to cover how that shadow works like that. I haven't spent time thinking about that one.
Here we go. Very, very crude drawing, but I'm sure it will get the point across. So this is the surface of the supposed bullshit flat Earth.
Wait, we're not seeing.
This
hold on, one sec.
triangle is a mountain, and this arrow is the direction of the shadow. So what I have here is, let's make this red to make sure that we don't get confused. So I have a circle here that's going to represent the sun. So, Rad, I'm going to ask you, where the fuck do I need to put this sun so that the shadow goes in this direction? Where do I have to put it? Do I have to put it here or here or here?
Well, like I said, Rad, you're crafty, and you jump to another picture that I said from the beginning. I'm not here to deal with that one. I deal with the one. So you chickened out. You jumped into another playing field. I'm not going to play that.
Let's go with that. Let's go. I'll go ahead and agree with you.
Hold on. I made a video. Hold on.
Vlad, stop 1 second. Let Reds carry on. Reds.
I made a video for the other one.
Oh God, Vlad.
I will go ahead and agree with you that I chickened out. Now answer my question. Where do I need to put the sun so that the shadow goes in this direction? Do I have to put it here? Do I have to put it here? Where do I put the sun? Where?
Well, look, if you put it down where it was,
Like right here?
Yeah. No, look. Just off the top of my head, if we're watching an airplane fly across the sky, at one point it'll look like it's down there when it's right above you.
The sun would have to be over here, in order to make the shadow go this way. Very good. I'm impressed. So my next question is, does that ever happen on a flat Earth? Will the sun ever drop in altitude to below the altitude of a fucking mountain?
From your point of view, it will appear to drop. Yeah.
Appear to why? Why does it appear like that?
Bro, take a perspective class. You know, you
Law
don't know how.
Law of perspective is alpha equals 2 times the arctan of g over 2r, where alpha is the angular size of the object, g is the actual size of the object, r is the distance to the object. The law of perspective does not state that an object that goes away from you will disappear bottom up and then eventually out of sight. What it says is that the available resolution of your eye will eventually become insufficient to not make out the object. So once again, where do I need to put the sun in order for the shadow to go this way?
Look at Red's getting all rattled. He's getting
dodge, dive, duck and dodge. Rad, where would the sun need to be for the shadow from that object to go to the left? Answer the question.
I will answer. Okay, he rattled off a bunch of like equations and numbers.
He said alpha equals 2 times the arctan of g over 2r, where alpha is the angular size of the object, g is the actual size of the object, and r is the distance to the object. Not just a random bunch of numbers. It relates directly to the law of perspective, which you keep going on about.
It did. But see, when I look at the world around me, I'm seeing things. I'm not thinking about those numbers he's talking about. Describe what I'm seeing.
You could have stopped at I'm not thinking. You could have stopped right there. You would have been way
No, but you're not. Look, I might not be thinking numbers, but you're not seeing the world around you. You're just thinking
I'm literally drawing you a fucking picture in paint.
You don't know how to draw. You don't know how to draw because you don't get. I see your mistake and you don't see it.
All right, then explain the mistake, dude.
Okay. So if you're looking at an airplane right over your head,
make sure you're talking into the microphone.
I'll ask you a question. I'll explain. When you're looking at an airplane flying over your head, where's your head face pointed?
My head face?
Your face head.
Where's your face head, Reds? Where's your face head?
Where's my face head? I'm gonna punch your face in the face.
Bro, I heard you like face, so I gave you some face with your face.
You get that face on the face with my face. Hey, some say I need a tattoo of a face on my face.
Well, you
might be able to see your face then.
You're the man without a face. Without a face.
You know we're not actually allowed to show Red's face live, right? That
it's against law.
Me as the channel owner, if I was to show Red's face live, my door would be kicked down within minutes, and I would just be shot in the head.
Well, if he has he's a high level, huh? He's high level Illuminati operative. Okay, I understand, Craig. I don't want nothing to happen to you, man. I don't want one little hair in your head to be harmed in any way. So if it's dangerous to show his face, Red, your face. Which direction is it pointing? Which direction is your face facing when you look at a plane fly right over your head?
Up.
Up, okay. And when that plane has flown for like 10 minutes and it's going towards the horizon, which way is your face pointing?
Where is my face pointing?
Your face.
Hillary's suffocating himself with. Sorry.
Huh?
Still up.
You're not, tell the truth, Reds. Which way?
Yeah, Red, you're lying. Tell the truth.
Don't do this to us, Reds. I believe in us. Sorry. Where's that going?
Don't do this,
Reds. Look, let me do it. Look,
what we had was beautiful.
I'll do it for Reds. Because he has a hard time.
You're trying to.
He has a hard time visualizing. He has a hard time visualizing. He's an honest guy, but he's a hard time visualizing.
You are trying to make the claim that the plane, as it flies away, will eventually start going towards the horizon. But guess what? Guess what? It will never do. It will never be physically below the clouds on a flat Earth. That will never, ever happen. Parallel lines do not cross by definition.
The light will appear to, not appear. It will. If there was light, if there was like a light shining off the back of that plane, it'll light stuff up that's lower than it really is in the sky from beneath. Because look,
by what mechanism does that work?
When you saw the plane above you, you were like this. and then as it goes to the horizon, you go like this. So you're looking straight. You're looking straight out like that. So that now that light is coming.
Yeah,
this
we're over
way,
here, Vlad.
and it's gonna light stuff above you that isn't above the plane. Period. That's just the way it works, guys. Sorry to tell you.
Right.
On a flat Earth, you will never get the shadows like what was imaged with that mountain. You will never get that. Which is why I asked you, where would I have to put the sun to make that shadow?
But let's make it even easier. Let's make it even easier for you, Vlad. Right?
Breaking out even more crayons.
Yeah. So in this case, right, the underside of these clouds are lit. Okay. So for this person to see the underside of these clouds being lit, where would the sun have to be?
Hey, do you guys have the sound level set so if we're all talking at the same time, nobody hears me?
No, we can hear you.
Sure?
Just stop talking when we're talking. And again, this person can see the underside of these clouds that are lit up.
Yeah.
Where does the sun have to be for this to happen if the Earth is flat?
Good question. I mean, the same place the plane was. Reds was drawing it off to the right side there.
So
the sun, yeah.
Sun would be here, right?
Well, that's where it's south of you. It appears to be there. And it appears just like I showed you. I showed it to you guys.
So basically, Vlad, what you're saying is that the sun is below the clouds.
According in your point of view, which is what you experience.
No. Your point. Right. Okay. So let's say that instead we've got the sun up here, right? Right. So in reality, the sun is up here. How does your point of view, when the sun is up here, light up the underside of these clouds?
No, when it's up there, it's not going to.
What? Talk into the mic.
Man, this is a problem. I'm talking right into the mic and you guys aren't hearing me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Just say that again.
When the sun is up there where you placed it, there's not going to be any clouds lit from the bottom.
Correct. Absolutely 100% correct. So the conclusion from that is that the sun physically has to be below the clouds, correct?
No, because if I was to change my position according to the dish lamp.
No.
Hold on, guys. I'm answering the question. You don't like the answer, but first hear the answer, then tell me.
Honestly, I didn't expect you to answer anything other than yes. It would have to be below. I don't know why I expected anything other than, a logical, sensible answer. Again, I completely blame Reds. Reds, this is all your fault. None of this would be happening if it wasn't for you.
Of course.
That is 100% the answer to that.
Take that on board. So apparently,
gentlemen,
put the load on Reds.
So let me just make sure that I got this straight. The best that I can. That
song, please, right?
The best way for me to understand this is this right here. Even though the sun never dips below the altitude of the clouds, the bottom of the clouds are still illuminated, and shadows from mountains still stretch directly outward because of magic. There we go.
Magic.
This has been a very eye-opening discussion.
I love magic. That's always a favorite of mine.
Magic
right, Rads. Right, Rads. Let's break this down. Right, this is actually pretty simple. What I've given you on screen here is two options. Option A: the sun is actually below the clouds. Option B: the sun is actually above the clouds. Which option is correct?
I'm going to make it easy for you guys. So
oh, God, it was an A or B option, Vlad.
No, I'll give you
it. Hold on, he's going to make it easy for us.
Make it easy for you guys.
I thought I made it easy with A and B.
Hold on. I'm going to make it easy for you guys.
Listen, you British son of a bitch.
I showed you guys a styrofoam ball lit from the bottom.
Wonderful.
By a dish lamp by a dish lamp that was higher up in position than the styrofoam ball. Why don't you guys tell me, how are you saying it was lit from the bottom? That's what I want. I haven't heard that yet. Tell me that.
I'm saying it was probably reflecting off the ground, or it was lit by something else. But we are trying to find out the mechanics of why it happened, right? And you
Well,
are
tell me how it
trying.
happened.
You are
Tell me
trying
how it
to.
happened, Greg.
I
When you
literally
met
just
your
did.
father, they
I mean,
fell in love. Oh wait, how far back
wait,
are
yeah,
we going?
no. I literally just did, Vlad, but never mind. Okay, but what you are saying is the implication of, wow, the sun can be above the clouds and still light things below it. So I want you to answer the question so I can clarify your claim, right? Is the sun on the flat Earth in position A, above the cloud, or position B, below the clouds? Which position would accurately represent your claim?
Hey, look, I answered that question already about 5 times.
No, you
Why
really
guys
haven't.
Tell me. I said in actual position, it's above the cloud, but from your point of view,
right. Okay.
But from your point of view, it's
So we're going
below
to get
the
rid of
cloud.
this.
How many times? That's number 6 times now.
Okay, that's cool. Right,
I-
we're going to get rid of this. Right, we're getting rid of this now. Right, the next thing we do is we look at what happens with light. And Red, remind me, what direction does light travel? Does it travel curvy, wavy lines, or does it go in a straight line?
We're going to go with straight lines.
Right, cool. So, this is the direction the light from the sun is traveling. Now, this presents a little bit of a problem, because at which point does the light just change direction and go up there? Or
right, you got
up here?
right.
What is
Right.
what
Hey,
is
look.
causing this light that
Right.
travels in straight lines going down
Right.
to change direction and light the underside
Right.
of these clouds?
Right. Listen, you guys are so smart. You
Thank you. That's very nice of you, Vlad. I do appreciate that. Now, can you tell us what is happening with the light?
Right. You know, I'm not smart enough to explain it to you. Maybe you guys can explain to me
Shit.
how
We are
I don't know.
explaining it to you. Okay, okay.
Hey, look.
Okay.
How did I light the styrofoam ball? How did that happen?
Brad?
Tell me.
Brad, okay. If you really want to know the answer,
Yeah.
I will explain it to you. Do you know what scattering is?
Go ahead. I'm all ears. Let me hear it. No,
I'm going
what's
to
scattering?
take that as a no. Okay, so when you are in a room, what is surrounding you? Walls, the floor, your computer screen. So as light bounces around in your room to illuminate the room, that light bouncing around can also reflect off of the bottom of whatever sphere or whatever object you're holding. So what you are actually seeing is not light directly from the lamp. What you are seeing is scattering light. So
But you
light
say
comes from the lamp,
Uh-huh.
scatters in the room, illuminates the bottom of the sphere.
So you're saying I'm seeing like reflected light on the bottom of the ball.
Scattering, yes. Reflected light, scattering.
Reflected light. Okay. So okay. Well, if I had a suspicious mind, I would think you're a dishonest person, but I don't.
Wow,
think
Red,
you-
a flat earther calling you dishonest. That's never happened before on my channel, has it?
That has never happened
SIGH has,
before.
by the way,
First
apparently
time.
sent you a dirty diagram for him to also deny FTFE, just so you know.
Let me have a look.
Well, look. I'll
Keep
tell you.
going.
I'll
Keep
tell you.
going, buddy.
Okay, look. I'll answer that. Red's okay. That's your opinion, and that could be what's happening. I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board and make another video where I eliminate the walls in the room somehow. You have to figure out how to do that, and I will show you again. The same thing is gonna happen. The light that's above the styrofoam ball is gonna light it from beneath, from my point
Okay.
of view.
I know
No,
what I'm
I'll
going to
figure
do.
out-
I know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I'll
here.
do that.
I would love
Right.
to see you try. Unless you have
All right.
Fanta Black, you're going to get scattering.
Unless what?
Unless you have Fanta Black, you're going to get scattering.
What's Fanta Black? I'll get some right now. What is that?
Who's that? How do I find him?
Who
Sorry,
that?
what was I
Yeah.
talking about?
Has he got a YouTube channel?
It's a material that like blocks out or that absorbs like 99.99 some ridiculous amount of the light.
Is that like that paint that they paint rooms with, where the room just disappears into a black hole of oblivion, basically?
Yeah.
It's the blackest black that you can possibly.
Yeah, I've seen that.
All right, so Red,
Right,
if I
right,
get the
right.
Fanta Black,
Glad.
hold on. Red, if I get the Fanta Black and do the experiment again, are you going to come back and say, well, it's that 0.00001% of scattered light that's lighting the bottom of it? You going to pull that on me?
Let me
Probably.
make this very easy for you. Let me make this very
honest man.
Let me make this very easy for you. I'm going to fix your entire experiment. Do it again the exact same way you did it, but instead of using a lamp, use a laser. Make it so that the laser coming
Rad
from
has
the lamp,
issues with lasers.
Yeah, I know, but use duct tape the laser to your lamp or whatever, and make the laser hit the bottom part of the sphere.
Okay, you'd be satisfied if I did with a laser?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But Vlad,
I'm just gonna say the laser isn't like sunlight, but I will try. I believe with the laser I can pull off the same thing.
Of course you can.
Can't
My
fucking
point
wait.
of view,
laser.
From my point of view, that laser is creating enough light to light the bottom of the sphere on its own, even though it's pointing straight somewhere above it. If I put the ball,
I'm not talking about the scattering. I'm talking about the beam of laser itself. Yeah. If the bottom of the sphere is facing away from the laser, the beam itself is never going to come in contact with the bottom of the sphere. That's just a fact, and I guarantee if you try it for real, reality is going to agree with me.
Now, of course, a laser is going to fire above. And he's talking. Reds, are you joking, man?
Rad, right.
Guy's a joker. I thought Bieber was the Joker.
Rad, right.
Joker.
Rad, listen. Right, look at this. Okay, this is me recording my video the other day. Okay, right. Now, do you see the fact that my chin underneath it and it's all? I'm pretty evenly lit. All right. Now,
please stretch that shirt out. God damn it.
Now, interestingly, right, all of the lights that are lighting me here are above me.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Yet I'm lit evenly because the type of lights I've got and the background causes scattering for it to make me evenly lit. So
no, I know about that. Yeah, I know. I went to art school. I know all about that. I'm just saying, Rich is wrong. What he's saying is wrong, and I'm right. And I'll I really don't need to do another video, but I'll do one just because I like to shut his mouth. He's wrong. I know all about it. Even your elbow. I was looking at your elbow in front of that green screen, but there's green light on your elbow because of that. The way the light scatters.
Because light is scattering.
I know, I get it, but that's not what's happening with the sunset and the clouds being.
Oh, that's not what's happening.
No,
right.
It's not.
So we can give a demonstration of it happening, but that's not what's happening. That's interesting.
Where'd this go? See, there's the light coming from here, but there's reflected light coming from this side too. You have a good eye.
You're getting tips in the chats here on how to get rid of that shadow FTFE on your recording.
Right there.
Somebody says reflector underneath. They saw your chin. Oh no. I'm just teasing that.
I saw it.
I got a round tire going on here.
I sort it out with color corrections.
See, there's reflected light coming from this side because the middle of it, that cloud and the styrofoam ball that I showed you was lit.
Well,
this kind of light was coming in, not this reflected light. This was the kind of light that was lighting the styrofoam ball when I put it. It seemed to be above the dish lamp. That's just a fact, man. You want to put on? We can move to another. I've got some other studies for you, though. I got some other ones for you. For the scourging, for more scourging. Well, I think we won this one out. If you want to move on, we'll proceed. You guys said your piece. I said mine. Shall we move to another battlefield?
So that's it. That is your amazing debunk of globe proof, is that you can see the bottom of a polystyrene ball. Now, Reds, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you're now a flat earther and 10 being that was supposed to be evidence, what would you give it?
What would I give it?
Yeah.
Hang on one second. Let me. I'll go ahead and answer the question right here. Okay, so keyboard is officially out of the way.
Yeah, anything sharp, I imagine.
I see the look in Bieber's eyes. He believes me.
Okay, so
he feels bad about what's happening right now.
Okay, so
might be seeing sleep deprivation too.
Is out of the way.
He looks innocent over there.
Here we go.
I'm tired.
All right. Now that my desk is clean and everything's out of the way, here we go.
If we see Red's face, we'll see.
Oh no! You saw the seat. No,
hey,
no,
Beaver,
Vlad, you saw the scene out of...
Shut the fuck up.
Well, but Vlad doesn't understand that you're...
I don't care.
Everyone be quiet.
Thank you. Now I can proceed. Now I can proceed with answering the question.
Oh, what was that?
Just one?
Okay, I've officially face planted my desk. That's
Wait, you put your face near something?
I now need a new desk.
You're in my basement.
Like the episode of Family Guy where you smelled the box full of Meg's farts?
Dude, when did I give you permission to take the bag off of your face? Let's see. Right, Vlad, so...
You signed up for this punishment.
So how about we present you some evidence that the Earth is a globe and it's rotating? How about...
I've seen it all before. Can I tell you guys something funny that happened? Where it has to do with flat Earth.
I mean, sure, why not?
Okay, look, there's this lunatic in Australia.
Nope, can't hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep, now we can.
Okay, there's a lunatic from Australia named TJ Jones. He appears a lot in the chats. I've seen him. He makes videos and stuff. That dude challenged me to a fist fight like a week ago. And he's coming down, man.
When's the fight?
He heard that I challenge people to boxing matches. He goes, how can I take you up on that? I said, look, man, I've challenged people before, but it's only if you get real nasty in the comments. It's not just because I say it's flat.
Well, to be fair, you've said that you'll fight me several times.
No, I never did. I would protect you, Craig. If someone tried to hurt you, I would protect you. I'll be your bodyguard, man. Nobody.
Right.
You know?
Anyway,
fight you.
That's a lovely story, Vlad. But let's talk about how
he's supposed to come. He's supposed to come this week, and he told me he knows where I live, and I've been training. Man. I'm getting ready because I went on his video and I saw his nose. Now, coming from it takes one to know one. That nose has been in fights. So
Vlad, don't worry.
He
when
might
he
chicken
sees
out.
you, he'll come. Oh wait, that's not what we're talking about, is it? I just need to pay more attention. I'm sorry, guys.
Right, that's okay. Right, Vlad. That was a lovely story, and I hope that you had a good time fighting your friend. Yep. Right, Vlad. So what you're saying basically is there's no evidence for the flat Earth. Is that right?
Well, I've got yours and me. I've got my notes over here.
All right, Vlad.
Tit for tat. Give me
let's talk about what's been going on recently.
All right.
So on February the 9th, the UAE Mars Hope mission arrived in orbit around Mars to study the Martian atmosphere. A day later, the Chinese Taiwan 1 mission entered low Mars orbit, ready to deploy its own rover. And then on February the 18th, the NASA Perseverance Mars rover touched down on the surface of a different planet than it was constructed on and is now driving around. What do you say about that?
Well, you're forgetting this summer King Kong is supposed to fight Godzilla.
Well, that's going to be a fun one. I'm waiting for that.
That's
Actually,
gonna
I've
be
had my tickets for a while.
There's a lot of cool shit coming, man. Thanks for telling me about that Mars stuff. I'm going to be watching. That's going to be dope.
That's already happened, Vlad.
Really? I want to watch. I'll watch it.
So Vlad, right? Yeah. Mars is a planet populated entirely by robots. How do you feel about that?
Cool. It's kind of like it's like a star. It's like we're getting to the Star Wars age with the technology and stuff. Just like I used to
Vlad, is Mars real? Argue with me.
Hey man, look. You want me to say? I see that there's a looks like a red star in the sky.
Have we sent a rover there and landed it?
I haven't been there. I believe in stuff that I can see with my own eyes. I've seen stuff on TV. You tell me about a TV show I can watch and see the rover on Mars.
you don't believe in your own brain. Then that's cool. I understand. Oh God, right.
I mean,
Vlad, I'm trying to have a flat Earth discussion with you here, and you're not giving me anything. So far, you've gone.
Well,
I can see the bottom of a ball.
No, but what I'm okay. You're telling me that the rover's going to land on Mars.
My mind
The
went.
rover's going to tell on Mars. You know, you're telling me something I can view through a screen. How do I know that's real?
So you're saying it's all a lie?
Yes.
Yes. Interesting. Any
I
evidence
believe
that it's not real?
Well, you know, you guys, you scientific guys like to observe, test, repeat, observable, testable proof. But when it comes to space, you just believe whatever.
Did you not hear what I just said? We've literally sent 3 there in the past few weeks. That sounds pretty repeatable to me.
The only thing I'll agree with Vlad about is unless I actually see the Chinese probe, I might not believe them. We'll see.
Yeah, but who's we? You
No,
said
I'm not
we.
saying they couldn't do it. I'm saying just because they, you know,
humanity.
There's been some history.
Let me go ahead and say something.
Craig said we sent it.
Hold on, Vlad.
Who's we?
Vlad, hold on.
Yeah, we humans.
Let me say something before I get out of here. This, by far, has been the most painful discussion I have ever been in my entire life. So, with that being said, I'm going to ejectocito my sorry ass out of this conversation. Craig and Brainy, may God have mercy on both of your souls. Bye-bye.
Red needs to take a nap. Go take a nap. Go home, take a nap. He sounds tired, man.
Catch you later, bud. Right, yeah, so, you've defeated one. Well done, Vlad. You defeated one of the 3 dragons. You're down to just 2.
Brainy looks tired.
Brainy
looks tired.
What have you got?
I am tired. I'm containing myself. I don't really talk too much, so I'm cool.
Hey,
going in, you know.
All right, well let's have Brainy and Vlad then. Brainy, what is the best evidence that you would say you have for a globe?
I mean, that light under the cloud's pretty good, but I mean, he doesn't seem to understand the dynamics. You know, you're always going to put me on the spot without making me think about it ahead of time. I used to say air pressure without a container, or oh, my brain went blank. You know what I'm talking about? The word.
Container gas pressure without a container.
No, but I'm talking about the fact that it's gradual. What's the word I'm looking for here? My brain has went completely empty. FTFE, help. It's
Come on, Brainy,
gradient.
show us.
Thank you.
Gradient. We've got a pressure gradient. Right, okay.
Gradient,
yeah,
yes.
right.
But the problem is that because we all believe in like being honest and factual, we discussed, as you know, amongst ourselves. I had that discussion with you, and I was like, if we had a big, tall container, we would actually get a gradient anyways, wouldn't we? And we all came to the conclusion that we would, in fact, still get a gradient. So if they had a big enough dome, you could argue you'd still get a gradient. So that actually kind of gives neither side a point or takes one away. But I guess, you know, I really like the idea that the moon is made of glass. So I just really want to just believe, to be honest with you.
Right. You're being fucking useless.
Give me 10 seconds, I'll come up with one. You just put me on the spot. I don't work that quick.
Well,
he's ready to fight.
Simple things like, you know, we've measured it. We've taken pictures of it from space.
I spent a lot of time putting this out of my head is what's happened here, because the argument to me are a little moot, which that's not that they shouldn't be had. But you know what I mean. It's like we all know.
Well, let's have a look at the super chats while you're thinking about stuff. Right,
that's right. Do that. Right,
got a couple of new members.
I'm tired.
Couple of new members. Welcome to Scrappers, Paul Heath, and I actually can't see the name of the other one, but thank you, whoever that is. I do appreciate it. Stellarium Celestia, possibly. Nope, that's a previous one. But thank you. Then we got Alison for $5 Australian dollars. Who wants to watch Vlad fail and cry? Hey, Vlad, show us a functional flat Earth based map.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me get rid of this phone call real quick.
Oh, of course.
Actually, I'll go to the one. You know what? He reminded me. SIGH reminded me of what my default is whenever you're ready. I remember.
Sorry about that.
Mariak Seance for $5 PlayStation Network dollars and no message. Thank you. Right, Vlad.
I just stopped using it because nobody ever answered.
Alison asks, can you show us a functional flat Earth based map, please?
this Allison guy is the biggest chicken I've ever met in my whole life.
Answer the question, dumbass.
Here's the question. He says, show me a functional base map, and then I'll come on Craig's show and debate with you. So that means if I present a functional flat Earth map that he accepts,
yeah. So
then what are me and him going to debate about? Like he sets this obstacle.
Right. All right. Okay. We can't hear you.
Hold on. Let me ask me a question.
Yeah, I know.
No matter what.
Try not being so close to the mic.
He's gonna say, "Nah, that one's crap. That one's crap." But he's just creating an uncrossable obstacle to hide from me because he's scared to death to come on your show. He's a one-trick pony. Oh, show me a functional flat Earth map.
It's a good question that's never answered. Right, Vlad. The thing is, there isn't a functional flat Earth map. Not one. Why is that?
Listen, where has Allison flown? Which continents has he flown to? Using the map that he's got in his back pocket.
Narnia.
Where was he flown? Right.
Azeroth. Many of them. But it doesn't change the point. Why is there not a functional flat Earth map? Why do none of them work?
There's not a functional globe Earth map either.
Yes, there is. It's called the globe. No. It works perfectly.
No, that globe you've got on your,
works 100%.
The map in your pocket, it's not functional. That's not.
Yes, it is.
No, you don't fly. You don't fly international flights, Craig. You don't know what.
I've flown many international flights actually.
I've flown lots.
You're not flying. You're not the one flying the plane. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but pilots do. And you know who's a pilot? Allison.
I grew up with people whose dads were pilots.
He flies a little remote control propeller plane. Well, when's Allison going to come on the show?
I'm going to ask you one. Vlad, you've dodged the question very well there. I'm going to ask it again. Why is there not a functional flat Earth map?
There's no functional map.
Yeah, try.
There's no.
Vlad.
He doesn't have.
Vlad, listen. Why is there no functional flat Earth map? Please answer the question.
I like better with the hair. I just wish I had hair. You used to have beauty channel, you know.
Right. I guess no is the answer there.
Listen.
Listen.
When he
listen.
Let me see. How do you call me?
It's your carer.
He doesn't have
get off the internet.
He doesn't have a functional globe map. He's not an airplane.
Yeah, he does.
Pilot. No, man. What
the globe.
Does he work for? United Airlines?
Every single pilot in the world uses the same thing called the Haversine formula.
Oh, you don't know
Earth's
what
a globe.
You don't know what they use.
Philhammer335 for $5 says, to be honest, I'd get a beer with Vlad. He's one of 4 Flerfs I actually would enjoy talking to outside of Flat Earth.
He's not the worst.
Yeah, I mean, he can be a bit of a douche sometimes, but...
Yeah, I think we all can. But...
The suspense for €5 says...
Forehammer stepped up and debated me. We went at it, now we respect each other. But that little slimy coward... Allison, he only hides in the comments.
Stop dissing. He's been on my channel before. He's been on my channel before.
Man, a one-trick pony.
He's been on my channel before. All you got to do is bring a functional flat Earth map, and he will debate you. But you know, guess you can.
Oh, map.
So if I bring a functional flat Earth map and he accepts it, what are we going to debate about? Then he's a flat earther.
How functional it is. Right, the Sir Spence for €5 says, I spent 5 minutes in the IKEA lighting department. Does that make me an expert on lights too? I once got lost for 9 months in IKEA. It's a terrible place. Ricky Hewitt for £2 says, my IQ has just committed suicide watching Vlad. I do apologise. I did. The title says wear facepalm protection, so, you know. Bella Charge, $2 New Zealand says, the light is giving the cloud a reach around, Craig. You're right, it was. And you sent another one that said, what's up, fuckers?
I read somebody did put tape on the floor of an IKEA and put arrows and made like an inescapable labyrinth. and had all the people like it built up a critical mass inside the building until there was like droves of people going around in circles till because the few people you get a few escapees, but for the most part it finally built up to a point where staff realized what was going on and started pulling the tape off the floor that had all these arrows. Maybe who knows if that's bullshit. But
that sounds funny. I'd something like I do, to be honest. The Sir Spence for €2 says the sun placed is firmly up his arse. Do you have the sun up your arse, Vlad?
What kind of questions are these, man? No,
it's a yes or no question, really.
He's got it up his butt because he thinks about that stuff. I don't think about that.
Connell Silverfur just upgraded his membership to Destroyers. You, sir, are fucking awesome. Hertz to Helix for $5 says it's the eye of God. Mwahaha. Thanks. Luminous Pooh for $2 says, isn't this Dunning Durst or is it Freddy Krueger? No, this is Rad Dum Dum Vlad. Tommy Gronville 20 Nokia says, will Rad Vlad's light shine underneath his table? It's a good question. Does the light shine underneath your table when you turn it on?
If my point of view was underneath the table and I could see the light from
your point of view,
the bottom of the table would be lit.
Point of view magically bends light. Got it. Is that what you learn at artist school that you go to? That point of views bend light.
There's nothing bending about it. I showed you that.
Cool.
You saying it's just reflected light, which is wrong. That was a nice escape route, but I got you guys on that one. And I'll do another video with the Frenchie.
That's what your brain's doing. Sparky NJ for $5 says, does he not understand the perspective is an optical illusion? The sun doesn't really get lower. I know, but apparently your point of view makes it seem lower, so the light actually comes from where it seems to be.
Right.
It's amazing.
Right.
Magic, apparently. Connell Silverfur for $2. I know he has trouble with 3D thinking, but 2D? No, he just has trouble with thinking. Throw the Dwarf. Please check out my Dungeons and Dragons channel, Globers and Goblins. For $5 Australian says, would not the heat of such a close sun make the cloud disappear? If it that close, the sun would Pac-Man the sky. Yeah, there's also a problem with the sun being close, is that why are the top of mountains covered with snow?
Well, it's not that close, I guess. Close enough.
Oh, but close enough to light the underside of clouds. Brilliant. No worries. Tommy Gronville for 20 Nokia says, are you sure you want Gary on after this? I really would like Gary to come on and have a proper conversation with Red's Rhetoric. But unfortunately, Gary Webenenga says that I'm too much of a big meanie poo-poo pants that he won't come on. So apparently I treat people mean. Is that right, you fucking retard, Brad? Do I treat people nastily?
You're a sweetheart.
Shut up, you moron. No one wants to talk to you. Aslam for $5 Australian. Vlad, I offer this to you. Come to Australia and I will show you how to plan a flight using the globe and then fly it with you. You won't be a flatty after. Do you take up that offer from Aslam?
No, I wasn't Australian. I spoke with one of his neighbors that used to watch him play when he was a little boy. She said that he liked to torture bugs and.
So you're lying then?
Rip their arm. He told me he used to like to rip the legs and wings off of little bugs. Watch him
I'm a dumb flat earther, and I don't understand science.
I'm not going anywhere near that guy.
Addison for another $2 Australian says, Vlad, you already admitted that he's won.
Very nasty guy, huh?
So yeah, you basically admitted that he's won. Connell Silverfur for $2 says, this isn't Star Wars. Point of view is irrelevant. Absolutely. Vlad, I'd like to have a little recap of what's happened today.
Shut the fuck up, Nathan.
I pressed the wrong button. You brought no evidence that the Earth is flat, failed to debunk light being lit up, the clouds being lit up from the bottom, and kind of embarrassed yourself again. How do you feel?
That's not the way I see it. I see it
different interesting.
From my point of view. From my point of view,
I forgot the point of view is magic. That's right. That's where I went wrong.
From my point of view, Reds had a nervous breakdown and just bounced out of here. He couldn't take anymore.
Yeah.
Beavers knows better. He's staying out of it, and you're still kind of hanging in there. But you guys haven't refuted my debunking of your.
Yeah, we did. You just didn't notice.
Thing. You didn't. But you didn't because you're saying it's scattered light, and it really isn't. I'll do one more video. It's not over.
Here you go, Vlad. Here's a
I'll do
question
another
for you.
one.
Vlad, here's a question for you. Why is the Earth a globe? If it's flat,
You tell
how
me.
come it's actually a
Huh?
globe? Explain that to me. Huh?
That's a funny question. That's a funny question.
Well, you say it's flat, but the thing is, it's a globe, which doesn't make sense if you say it's flat. So,
I'll tell
do you want to explain that?
You know, you guys have you? Yeah, I will. Have you guys heard of Phuket Word? That guy, he's a big flat earther. He's got a cool channel from Thailand or something.
We know him. We know him.
You know that dude, right? Now look, he's got this. It's just a simple P900. He zooms into the horizon at 3 miles out from his height, 6 whatever tall he is. The Earth is supposed to curve down. Yet when he zooms into that flat water, it just keeps going for miles and miles. Refraction going on. It's just plain and simple as mama's apple pie. He takes you with the P900 to miles and miles and miles of
Interesting.
mile we're supposed to turn down. And
Interesting.
There's no like Chicago. There's no Chicago city skyline refracting. We're gonna argue about. Just plain and simple.
It's interesting. Man. It's interesting.
It's flat as a pancake.
Yeah. Ah, cool. Do you see the picture on the screen?
So now I told you one thing, and you bring up something else. I know
Yeah.
this. I know this.
I just like if it's flat, why is there a curve there?
That's the refraction you're looking at right there. That's light
Your
refraction.
mama. Just kidding.
Alison for another $2 Australian says, Rad, why is all navigation based on a globe? Answer the question.
Oh my God, this guy's like a one-trick pony. Paying for lap dances, $5 to come on the show and say a little something. Say the same thing over and over and over again.
Well, you
That's
know
why you
why?
won't debate me,
Hey, do you know why he says it over and over? Do you know why he says it over and over? It's because none of you morons have ever answered the question. Why is all navigation based on a globe?
I already did answer that. I did answer it. He doesn't have experience navigating the Earth. He's just looking at little pictures and maps that he's been given by the system that have been He's looking at models. He's not flying any planes from one continent to
He
another.
literally
He doesn't
flies
know-
planes by planning the routes based on a globe.
Craig, no, he doesn't.
Yes,
Has
he
flown
does.
from Australia to Africa? He might
Possibly.
do those little.
But every single flight is based on a globe. All navigation
That's
ever
what you're told.
is based on
That's
a
what you're
globe.
told. Wrong. That's what you're told. It appears
Oh.
to be. It's a model.
No,
but it's
that
the Earth.
Brainy, he said nuh-uh. I guess he wins.
No.
A plane wouldn't work on a globe. It would zoom up.
Alison says for another
yeah.
$2. Alison says for another $2. Vlad, he will keep asking until you answer. Why is all navigation based on a globe?
When will that chicken come on the show and debate? He's hiding over there. Why is he so fearful?
Why is
Come
all
ask me on the
navigation
show and
based
I'll
on a
answer.
globe?
I'll tell you what.
I'm asking you. Why is all navigation based on a globe?
I won't answer his question. Come on the show and I'll answer it. I got an answer for you. Come on the show, chicken.
Why is all
Come on,
navigation
sure.
based on a globe, Vlad?
Look, I won't answer his question.
It's
Come
my
on the show
question.
and ask the question. Come on the show and ask this question. Why are you so afraid?
Alison says
He's
if
got-
we get
he's a-
Wolfie on
he's
here,
a
Vlad would say the
one-trick pony.
same.
Bite me,
Allison.
bro.
Allison's a one-trick pony.
My big
He's scared to come on the show and debate man to man. He doesn't have it in him. He chokes. He's very unlikable. He had him on his show. I can tell you.
Vlad, you know what? I don't
Yes,
think
he hides over there.
Vlad,
Very
you've not
No,
brought
Craig didn't
anything.
like him.
Vlad, let's
No,
just
Craig
stop.
and team didn't like him.
Vlad, let's just stop. You've not brought anything, dude. You've not brought any evidence at all. Poor Brainy, he stayed up for
I got a lot
this.
more.
What? Oh,
He
sorry,
stayed
I
up.
just switched off my face. How's it going? I'm pretty. Don't worry.
Yeah, Brainy stayed up for this. I was disappointed.
Well, look, I just
I'm,
dropped one on you. I just dropped one on you.
All right, well,
Look
all right,
at
get-
where-
Listen, my proof, by the way, would have been the bathtub thing, but nobody ever wants to answer that on how we know that if bodies of water are level, then how can we have a high tide and a low tide on the same body of water at the same time without it curving somewhere along the way? It's literally impossible. And then they always say, oh, well, but no, it all goes up and down together. I'm like, but that's horse shit, because I can phone somebody on the other side of it and ask them what water level they're at. And when I go, geez, that's interesting, my boat's floating up near the top of the dock, and they're like, we're collecting oysters. You know, like, so. Yeah.
I got a question
Anyway, but
for
then
Craig.
you get what's
All
his
right,
name?
come
What's
on
he
then.
floating
Right.
back and forth in his fucking
Right,
bathtub?
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what we do, Vlad. You get one more chance to give us some evidence that the Earth's not a globe. It is in fact flat. All right. You can ask me or Brainy. Go on.
Only one chance.
Yeah, you get one more chance, and then we're going to shut down for tonight. All right. Give us your best. Alison says for $5 Australian, fulfill my condition, and I will come on right now. If you can't fulfill it, you admit that you lost. So yeah, get a functional flat Earth map, and he'll debate you. If you can't, then you lose.
Like I said, he's never flown from continent to continent. Navigate the Earth.
James Murphy for $1.99 says, come to Virginia, and I'll show him how to flight plan. Connell Silverfur says, Vlad, show us how to navigate on a flat Earth map. You can't do any of these things.
If I give him a functional flat Earth map, then what are we going to debate about? If he accepts it, then he's a flat earther. So
if you can't, then you lose. Cool,
he's
no
a
worries.
way to get out of the debate with me, you know? Then he's a flat earther. What are we going to argue about? If he
Right, cool.
accepts
So what
Earth
you
map
say is
debate?
there's no functional flat Earth maps. Right, cool. Right, come on.
None that he's going to
Vlad,
accept.
pay attention.
The Earth is flat.
Vlad, pay attention. Yeah. Give me your best evidence right now that the Earth is flat. Go.
You have no real life, like real video or photographic evidence. For
No. I didn't say you denying stuff. I said what is the best evidence that the Earth is not flat, not the best evidence that you think stuff is a lie.
Okay. Well, the simple fact that we see further than mathematically possible on the supposed globe.
No, the heliocentric model includes refraction. We can never see further than the heliocentric model predicts.
Phuket were zoomed way past 3 miles, and it wasn't refraction.
Yeah.
It was just a regular sunny day. There's no.
It wasn't refraction.
The water back
are you sure? So was he looking through the atmosphere or was he not?
Look, bro, it was a clear, sunny, simple day.
Yeah, cool. It was a clear day, but
no cold,
was he was he looking through
cold.
Vlad, shut up. Was he looking through the was he looking through the atmosphere? Yes or no?
Craig, it's just so simple, man.
It's a yes or no question.
So
was
simple,
he looking
Craig.
through the atmosphere? Yes or no?
No.
He wasn't looking through the atmosphere.
No.
What was he looking through?
P900. He was looking through the air. This P900. It was a clear, dry day in Thailand. And
so there is no atmosphere. There's no atmosphere then.
Buddy. It's real simple, dude.
Hey, buddy, pal. That's my
zoomed.
I'm kidding.
He zoomed way past 3 miles.
Hey,
man.
buddy, I'm not your pal.
You know, you're gonna
I'm not your buddy,
use
pal.
a word.
I'm not your guy, buddy.
I'm not your buddy, friend.
Buddy, you're gonna use a word that doesn't mean what you want it to mean right now. But it's kind of like saying evolution or gravity, or you're gonna say refraction.
Cool. So
the fact is, we see a lot further than 3 miles. I'm sorry to tell you.
Because refraction does that.
Oh,
because
refraction.
Yeah.
Because refraction.
It's part of our model. It's part of our model.
I know it's part of
allowed.
Nice word.
Model.
Part of your model.
Model.
Gary Webenenga says they took a 360-degree circle flat Earth and turned it into a ball. If that was the case, then there would be a 360-degree flat map that is accurate. And there's not. Right, Vlad, so you failed then to present any evidence that the Earth is flat. Citing Phuket word is never a good thing. The guy is a super moron. I think he probably deserves another round of Flerfs Idiots. Gigantor. Fuck YouTube for $2 says, so Thailand has no atmosphere. Apparently so. This has been an illuminating conversation, Vlad, but I feel bad. I feel bad mentally kind of kicking you. It's like, putting a kitten in a bag and just swinging it at a door frame or something.
Listen, Craig, I enjoyed single-handedly mopping the floor.
And we've loved looking at your forehead. That's been fantastic. We've absolutely adored looking at your forehead for the majority of the debate. Well done for that.
You look green. Hey, dude, you gotta work with the color. You look green.
Yeah, that's gamma rays. I do turn into the Hulk every now and then. So, Vlad, final thoughts? Final thoughts. Please tell us how it feels losing a debate so badly.
No, I feel victorious again. You guys.
Who's Victoria?
Had a lame excuse for how I proved my.
Yeah, physics is a lame excuse. You're absolutely correct. Physics is an
That is
incredibly
going to
lame
be
excuse.
Something that is,
Listen,
you have
I'm
no
not-
idea how gorgeous that moment was. It's
Yeah.
going to be.
I totally
that's
beat
like that.
you.
That has the potential to be on what is it?
Shorts.
What's his name's there next to? What is it? Tausetti. Tausetti. That's Tausetti material. That one.
Yeah.
Hey, Craig, did Buzz Aldrin test drive the LEM, or did he just wing it and get it right the first time?
Did
And
Buzz
they
Aldrin
flew to the
test drive
Actually,
the
dude,
LEM?
I watched a whole video on that the other day. There.
You don't
Uh-huh.
drive the LEM. Oh, fuck me.
Did
Yeah,
he
are you
test-
talking
did he-
about the LEM is the sorry, break the
lander.
the LEM for me again. Isn't that the lander? Yeah, that was
Yeah.
I don't remember which one was actually the one flying, but I actually watched a whole video and he actually didn't do there's a lot of nuance. The computer's doing most of the flying and he's changing the landing. Basically the computer's telling him where the projected landing point that they wanted is, and then it's feeding him information saying where it says, okay, here's where we want to land, but here's where you're going to land. And what he's doing at that stage of the mission is when he pushes forward and back, he's actually not directly flying the ship. What he's doing is he's telling the computer to move the projected he's basically telling the computer to move the projected landing site. The computer does the flying at that point, but he's actually moving to try to line up the intended landing position with the projected landing position.
Okay, so
that's what he's actually doing. It's the computer doing a lot of the flying.
So 50 years ago, when no one even had a cell phone, we had a computer that flew a tin can to the moon.
Yeah, you should watch a video on how it was made. They had women that were weaving copper lines.
And
yeah,
then
but
Buzz,
dude, you can say whatever you want about it. That's
and
just
then
how it
Buzz,
happened.
Yeah.
And then Buzz just winged it. He just winged it the first time and got it right. The computer
Absolutely.
told him,
This is why, but you're not, Vlad.
and he
you're
got
not
it
even
right the
fucking
first
listening.
time, huh? Yeah.
Vlad, you're not even listening. The computer
I heard you.
actually was flying it.
But
And
when
in
did he
fact,
practice?
on the first landing, they had what's called a 1202 error which is basically the equivalent of blue screen of death saying sorry, Windows isn't working, which is not great when you're about to land on the moon. And what happened is when they were asking the computer for information, it was overloading the computer because they had another module for the rendezvous position that was basically what it was doing. And people who are computer nerds are going to understand this. Instead of doing nothing and waiting for its part of the mission, it was actually constantly going, I'm not seeing anything, I'm not seeing anything, I'm not seeing anything, I'm not seeing anything. And it was bombarding the computer with this message saying, I'm not seeing anything, but it wasn't supposed to. So what happened is it was overloading the computer. So like that was really bad because he's not actually flying the ship. And if that computer failed, they would have just crashed into the surface of the moon because there's so much nuance with them landing on the moon that there was no ability to actually have him in direct control, except for the final position where they enter in like verb, whatever, noun, whatever, the way the command thing worked. And they tell the computer to initiate the last part of the landing. And that's when they basically, the relationship between his control handle and the actual engines is a much more direct relationship after that. And that's the only part, and it's right before landing, just so he can have a little bit more control over where exactly it touches down so they don't hit a boulder or something, because the computer doesn't know shit about boulders. It just knows the ground's relatively flat right here. This is kind of how fast we're going. This is where I want to land, and this is what we're going to try to do. And so he has to then do the final little touchdown. But
Vlad didn't understand any of that. You realize,
limits
right?
everything. Like it was still limiting the engine and everything. It was pretty amazing how that computer worked. And you're right, it was a work of art for its time.
Yeah.
It's amazing that you believe what you just said.
We don't need to believe that it's a fact.
The components,
Yeah.
Vlad, the components exist, and they've put them together and used them. They're not like they have the parts for the fucking lander just because they don't have a functional lander. There's parts for these things sitting on desks that are functional pieces of those technology. It's just that they're archaic now. You got more power in your smartphone. There's no reason to use this piece of shit. But at the time, it wasn't a piece of shit. It was a work of art. It was literally one of the achievements of mankind is computers, frankly.
Well, it's not a piece of shit if it flew to the moon. But I'm saying,
but compared to nowadays, it was it.
No, we can't do it nowadays.
Oh, apart from Project Artemis,
it
of
could do the
course.
same mission with the same piece of tin can. It just couldn't do it with a modern LCD screen. It couldn't even run your monitor.
But back then, when they couldn't figure out how to make a cell phone, they figured out how to make a computer fly to the
They just
moon.
had. It's not they couldn't figure out how to make them. They just hadn't invented them.
They actually knew how to make things like that anyways. There was things like battery technology that hadn't come along. And in fact, they didn't even put rechargeable batteries on these things, on the Apollos, if I remember correctly, because the rechargeable batteries were less reliable than just batteries. So I think they sent it up with its complement of batteries because, you know, like, yeah, it was an early time, but it's amazing what a race against a rival will do. It pushes a lot of, you know, basically it was a Cold War. They were in a technological war with an adversary. And it's amazing the kind of shit that happens during wars.
But you're saying the computer controlled the almost 99% of the whole flight, buzzed it.
Yeah, but it ran on 100 watts. I mean, that computer, the whole ship didn't use much. I mean, you got to remember, you know, it's...
I'm asking you, did the LAM
Sorry,
all the way...
You went quiet there for a second. Say that again.
Man, you're telling me that a computer controlled the spaceship there, landed, and brought it back? None of the astronauts steered the spaceship?
Only for the last part. There's actually a video you can watch. It's pretty amazing. What they do is they enter commands in. So when they come to a certain point and they enter a command, they say it's a verb noun system. So I don't know what it would be, but it was verb 66 and noun 52. And that they have a book, but they've rehearsed to the point where it was in their heads. And what that's saying is like, please initiate like landing protocol or whatever. And then it would come up with a verb. It would say things in numbers, and that would mean the next thing says basically it's a joke. It says basically like, are you sure you want to land on the moon? Yes or no? And he'd enter like verb whatever, blah, 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 to say to the computer, yes, initiate this next part of the mission. But it was very basic. Like they didn't have like nowadays that same ship would have a fucking heads-up display would come up on the window and it would be like landing position here, recalculating, and it would just be like the pilot would just sit there and just sit back and watch everything. But they were controlling the ship, but they were controlling it in the way of letting the ship have to drive itself, but basically they enter in commands. Like for instance, one little thing, for example, is when you're flying and this is fun for everybody to listen to that loves space travel. If you think about the fact that those two astronauts got into the lunar lander and then the computer doesn't know the weight orientation, FTFE, this is really cool actually. It doesn't know the exact weight orientation of the people. So what happens is if you just went full burn all of a sudden when you went to do your braking maneuver to bring into lunar landing, the ship could just start spinning all of a sudden because it doesn't know exactly how the weight ratio is. So what that computer would even do is when they'd initiate that next part of the mission, it would actually get into a situation where as it went back, it turned on the thrusters for like 5 to 10% power, very little. But what it was doing is it was feeling all of its gyros and it was feeling the way it was yawing, and it was moving the nozzle on that part, just moving it just enough to try to center itself so that when it actually did its actual full engagement of the engine, the thing didn't just start spinning out of control all of a sudden or something. So it was a work of absolute art. But you got to remember, this took like hundreds of thousands of man hours of like, we're talking like teams of people, rooms full of people that were figuring this out. This wasn't just like a few people sat down and said, "Oh, this will be easy," you know.
But where they get to test it out before they pick it up live?
Where'd they get what?
Stop deep throating the mic.
Where'd they let
even in Apollo 13, they had a dummy mock-up one because they had the exact lunar lander.
Listen, hold on. In space, look, we're talking about in space. Okay,
it doesn't matter. You can test a computer on the ground before you fire it up.
No, you can't. How are you gonna? It doesn't react the same.
How do you know?
If there's
I'm telling you right now, silicone don't give a fuck what orientation it's in. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, electronics don't give a fuck what orientation they're in, as long as they aren't damaged.
So it works the same.
Or being like heated, or being like hit by radiation.
So the LAM,
they don't care where they're facing.
So the LAM gonna work the same in Earth.
The computer will work the same as long as it's not hit by something like an electromagnetic field that damages the actual components. But even then, they built redundancies. That 1202 error was actually the computer overloading and shutting off. And what they did is they built a hardware circuit into it where when it would sense jobs stacking up on the CPU, so what happened is the CPU got overloaded. It was at 105% usage. So the jobs start stacking up. And when the jobs stack up, eventually it had the hardware circuit where it would detect that these jobs are not queuing out, like its list is getting longer, and so it would go into a shutdown where it would actually shut the computer off and it would reboot the computer. Now my computer will do that.
So they had a computer like that. They had a computer like that, but they couldn't make a cell phone. They had that kind of computer, but nobody could figure out how to make a cell phone.
They just hadn't invented cell phones yet.
Okay, so Vlad, if you could afford 100, like the equivalent of $1 billion cell phone back then, if you were the one businessman that wanted to rock around with $1 billion cell phone, you probably could have fucking got that made for you. But the reality is it was not practically technologically possible. What is practical for you and me in a commercial, like in a buy it from the store setting, and what a government with unlimited access to funds and resources like human brain power can do, they're on a different world. That's why all the greatest technologies have typically come out of warfare, because that's when the government goes, right, we gotta fucking murder some people. Find me a better way to kill somebody. And somebody comes up and goes, you open this, and they fucking vanish. Oh, that's fucking great. Holy shit. And then after the war, they go, how can we use this? Next thing you know, microwaves. Microwaves was them the British were trying to detect German bombers, so they were developing microwave detection systems, and then a guy left his fucking chocolate bar in front of it one day when they were testing it, and he found out that his chocolate bar melted. All of a sudden, fucking microwaves fucking exist, because holy shit, you can heat stuff with microwaves. So that is how technology happens. Just because it didn't exist in year B does not mean that that technology couldn't have originated from year A. That's just stupid thinking, Vlad.
I'm gonna call you brainy. I'm gonna call you brainy believer.
Whatever. I think I made a lot of sense to the people that know shit.
When me and my daughter, she had an assignment from school to watch the moon landing and then write a story about it. We both saw the wires that the astronauts were connected to, the little cables that connected them to the big helium balloons, which made them appear to float. She went like this when she saw it. We saw the light glare off of that cable. It wasn't a little antenna, but it was far above the astronaut. We both saw it. We laughed about it. And if you watch Apollo Reality, go to their website, we'll just go Apollo Reality on Google. You'll see all the stuff they used to fake the moon landing. You'll see the fake, perfect.
Vlad, we don't want to see your forehead. Why are you doing this?
I got a problem with the sound always, man. I don't know if my speaker's even working.
And by the way, SIGH is saying that that they're
Apollo
susceptible to radiation, which is obviously true.
Yeah.
Hey, if you look at Apollo Reality on Google, you will see how they faked the moon landing. You see the helium balloons that they were attached to make them look like they were floating. You'll see the model of the
Yeah, and if you go to Greater Sapiens YouTube channel, he debunked all of that.
I'm talking right now. I'm talking right now.
Yeah, no, you're babbling.
They used to bring the camera, swing the
blah,
camera
blah,
around the moon on a rail. See the whole 9 yards. You got to be a very naive person to believe they flew to the moon.
I'm a dumb flat earther, and I don't understand science.
What are they doing up there? And you got to be a very naive person to believe that stuff. Just looking at it, you can see it was filmed in a low budget Hollywood film.
You stupid.
The background, you're stupid. The background looks just like those Bonanza movies from the 60s. When Bonanza, see, the first horizon is closer, and that's the real horizon, and then it covers up the painting that's in the
stupid.
Second horizon. You guys are very stupid for believing.
You stupid.
No, you're stupid.
Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
You're stupid.
You stupid.
You're very naive. You guys are very naive, like little boys.
You stupid.
You guys are the last ones to still believe in Santa Claus.
No.
All the kids on the block figured out it's their parents. You guys are still believing it.
You stupid.
We're all laughing at you.
You stupid.
SIGH, just so SIGH, hey, SpaceX. So radiation-wise, SpaceX, the difference between SpaceX and NASA is that what NASA does is it's actually one of the ways that SpaceX saves a bit of money, because NASA hires these. I'm getting a playback. I think it's Vlad's maybe. SpaceX hires people that work on regular CPU technology and stuff like that, and NASA hires people that basically work in a specific field, like in these special radiation resistive units. So what happens is SpaceX actually has a lot more ability to pull from just some wonder kid that came out of university who knows his shit then because there's like this very small amount of people that know this other type of coding that's needed for these special radiation resistive types of chips and everything. So what SpaceX does instead is they actually run, I believe it's 4 simultaneous computers, and they run simultaneously. And what happens is they shield them a little bit, but not to the same extent. They're just regular technology. And what happens is if computer 1 goes down, computer 3, 2 through 4 are doing an active redundancy check on computer 1. And if they detect there's an error on computer 1, because they're always back checking each other, and if all of a sudden they detect that there's a problem with one of the answers out of one of the 4 computers, they'll shut down that computer, disregard its answers, shut it off, and then the other 3 computers keep doing the same thing, and they bring this one back online. And then what they do is they bring the other computer back up to speed, and they get it running and get it up to the point where it's all running together again. And then if this computer goes down because of a radiation spike, and it throws a 1 or a 0 goes wrong, these 3 go, holy shit, this one's out, and it shuts it down. So what's happening on SpaceX is instead of radiation protecting it, they're actually constantly having computers that are shutting off and rebooting the other computers. And they just do a hard shut off to just reset the error. So it allows them to access a lot more like people that know how to work on that kind of like IO, essentially.
That's pretty cool, brainy believer.
I'll believe it, buddy.
Well, I think we can definitely say that Vlad brought nothing, as always. Vlad, congratulations on being as stupid as ever. Yep, playing pigeon chess at this point, that's amazing. A couple more super chats. We had Ashmaker for $5 that says, could you get Vlad to stop blowing into his microphone? It's very disturbing. You need to get better sound equipment. And then Brendan Cuskelly for $50 Australian. Thank you very much, Brendan. $50 Australian says, whoa, Vlad the Dodger. Yeah, you might make a good politician because you don't answer any questions.
Look at that sexy blobfish right there.
Looks familiar. I know, you see that in the mirror every time, right?
Look at that, the blobfish looks cool, man. Never seen such a sexy looking blobfish.
Everyone spam the blobfish meme in the chat. Right, Brainy, what you got coming up?
Well, Safety is saying, well, I don't know if that would be enough for NASA redundancy, blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah, but NASA doesn't run... See, NASA actually doesn't run as much redundancy. They just rely on those chips. So, I mean, there's different ways to fry a hog. Let's put it this way. SpaceX hasn't had a problem yet. So, what have I got going on? I've just got a whole bunch of nothing. No, I'm kidding. I put a post out to members, anybody who's a member on my channel, which isn't a whole bunch of people, but there's enough of you fine bastards out there, just to see what days of the week, what time zones everybody is, so I can try to plan some actual members streams and get a proper schedule that I'm going to just post it.
Actual time.
Your time. There you go. 6 o'clock, right when my kids are in their prime of their evening. No, but other than that, I'm working on... I've got a few different videos that I've started on. I'm not as far forward as I would like to be on them, but I'm going to be trying to kick the shit out of them here. If you haven't seen, again, my Gorilla Glue Girl video, that's a fun one.
Yeah, I did enjoy that one.
There for Gorilla Glue. It didn't do as well as I thought it would, but, you never know with YouTube. Sometimes things will kick off later.
The wonder algorithm. We are at the mercy of the YouTube gods. Vlad, we'd ask what you've got coming up.
I had a little heart attack when I thought they were going to take extra taxes from me when I got that email, and then I
that just basically doesn't
out that we have a tax treaty. You and me are safe.
Yeah. Vlad, we'd ask what you've got going on, but, giving hand jobs in men's bathroom isn't really of much interest to the rest of us. So,
no, I'm getting ready for my fight with DJ Jones. I'm getting ready. He's supposed to, if he seems like he's real. He said he's going to come fight me this week.
Cool
so I've been working out. So I'll let you know. I'm going to videotape it and put it on YouTube if he shows up. He's crazy enough.
Cool. So tomorrow, for me, you will have this out, and then straight after this, there will be a stream. I use the stream redirect thing. I haven't used that before. But yeah, straight after that is going to be a debate with Dean Whitlow, who was recently rage quit on MC Toon. So that should be fun. So a new video and a new debate tomorrow. And then on Friday, me and Reds are going to do a live debunk of Gary Webenenga not understanding angles. Then we are on Saturday. I will be debating Brandon Toy. And then I will be debating someone else, but on Modern Day Debates. And then Sunday is episode 4 of Stupidity Is Not a Right with MC Toon, Planner Walk, and my buddy Sam back on. And that's going to be a busy bloody weekend. I don't sleep.
Doesn't want none of Rad Vlad. Reds doesn't want it, but he chickened out. He
Yeah.
ran.
Yeah, you gave him an
And neither does
aneurysm with your
Allison.
stupid.
Allison is too chicken too. That coward Allison.
Yeah. Whatever.
Allison.
Okay, dum you can stop talking now. Brendan Cuskelly for another $20 Australian. Thank you very much. Says he needs a bucket to catch all the crap he dribbles. A bucket would not be enough. Tommy Gronville for 20 Nokia says, Vlad, turn your light on and go underneath the table. Vlad, just go underneath the table and stay there. Guys, please subscribe to Brainy Beaver. If you're not, he is an awesome content creator. Brainy, feel free to spam your link in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to my Dungeons and Dragons channel called Globers and Goblins, where me and the Dungeon Master Batch and a few other fun people nerd out and play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm a dumb dwarf that they recently threw at somebody to win the battle. And then make sure you're subscribed and you share this video everywhere with, you know, all the peeps. Thank you very much. Vlad, you're dumb as ever. That's always good. Remember, stupidity is not a right. Fight the flatter. Oh, $5 from Draco. On today's episode of Duck, Dive, Dodge, Dip and Disappear, we have a reigning champion, Rad Retard Vlad, aka the Blob of Lies Wisdom. Thanks guys, love you all, see you soon. Everyone head on over to Team Skeptic's channel for a quick FTFE raid. Tell him I sent you.